Hi friends, MD Vegan. Today is a strawberry cake day. Strawberries are in season and I have a big bowl of strawberries. I cut them into small pieces. You see it's a big bowl, 4 or 5 cups, I don't know, maybe 3 pounds or so. The quantity is measured. It measures with this Springform. That's where I put my strawberry cake in. And before I put the parchment paper in, I have to line it, or I cover it a little bit with coconut oil to make it easy to get the cake out later. Before I did that, I filled all my strawberries in here, and it has to be filled to the brim. And then I know how many strawberries I need. There's still some strawberries left to put on top for decoration, but into the form, I filled all the strawberries before preparing the form, the Springform. So now what I do is make the bottom, the crust of the cake, and that is here a very helpful tool. It's a food processor fitted with the S-blade. That's perfect to ground, to make the sticky dough, to press into the Springform. It's a live bakery. It's the easiest way to make a cake, and I would say almost the healthiest way. I would say, yeah. But that's another question. I make only these recently. That's nice. So I have 1.5 worth, almost 2 cups of almonds. Yeah. So the sticky dough is easily made. You process almonds to a coarse meal like that, and then in the next step, the dates come in to make it sticky. Wait a second. First, I make a coarse meal. That's my coarse meal. I make that ahead of time before I put the dates in. This is the coarseness, yeah, because it saves time. Putting the dates in right away would take more time for the almonds to break down. Because they're dry, that's easier. Here with the dates, they get sticky, that takes more time. I have a dozen dates here. They are small, medium dates, pitted of course. And I want to have some cinnamon flavor to the dough. That's a nice way. You can take it as is. That's the easiest way to make a dough, I would say. Dates and almonds. But also cinnamon is a nice one. I think about the strawberries, and that must be nice with the strawberries. So there we go, 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. Yeah. Now I make the sticky dough. That's the sticky dough. It takes a little bit longer than the coarse meal. Still, it saves time, and then that's how I understand the sticky dough here. I take a little bit and press it together, and this sticks together. Yeah. I don't over-process, because the more you process, the more it becomes like a marzipan. But I want to have the dough for the bottom a little bit lighter, fluffier, so I don't go over-process. But I think that should do. I'll just now fill the sticky dough into the Springform. All of it. I say again, not 2 cups, a little bit less than 2 cups almonds, and a dozen dates, and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. So that's basically it. For this size, for this Springform, you have a larger Springform, you need considerably more dates, of course. But what I do now is I spread the sticky dough evenly before I press it down. And now I press it down with the knuckles of my fist. First slowly, soft, just to give it a little bit shape. And once it has shape, I begin to press down firmly. I put my body weight on it, and I come back in a moment to show you. It takes some time because I want to make sure that that the crust really keeps together and doesn't fall apart when I take a piece out when the cake is ready. So in a moment I'll be back. So my crust is done. Yeah. And I show you what it looks like. Here, the crust. Pretty firm. You can take any kind of nuts basically, or seeds, any kind of dried fruit. Basically that's it. You can add other things like coconut oil or whatever you like to make this crust. This is the easiest way, I guess. And I like the flavor of almonds a lot. They're not so expensive. And other nuts like walnuts, for example, are fattier. They're easier to make into a crust. So all kinds of things are possible. So that, just that you know the idea, of this crust. Put it aside, and now I make the filling. That's all I need to do. The filling is basically the strawberries. It's a strawberry cake, and strawberry first. So most strawberries. And to hold the strawberries together in the filling, I make a cashew cream with strawberry flavor. Some strawberries go into the cashew cream, that's all. So what I have here, I have some cashew nuts, a cup of cashews. Here, a cup of cashews is good for a cream. And I have a cup of strawberries too. The strawberries go into the blender first, of course. That makes it easier for the blender when you have the cashews down there in the blades. You might need some water, and the cream gets a little bit too runny. So I want to have it easy. So the strawberries, a cup of strawberries. It's not exactly measured. It just has to be a little bit strawberry flavor in there. The color is important. I want to have a red color in the cream. That's it. And I have a lemon here, one lemon. That is very nice to tickle out a little bit more flavor from the strawberries. Together with dates. You have 5 dates or so. Yeah. Also, that's together with the lemon, brings the natural flavor of the strawberries forward a little bit. It's always a trick. Lemon and sweetness pushes the natural fruit flavor. And the cashews, of course, on top. And let's see if it works or if I have to use some water. Yeah. And then there comes some coconut oil comes later to firm it up. I'll show you in a moment. First now, let's try. I do a second blending anyway, but you know, less water is good because then the cream firms up more easily. The more water put in, the more fruit put in, the longer it takes for the cream to firm up, the more coconut oil you need. But that looks so good, looks good so far. And yes, I'll show you what it looks like. Here, that's the cream so far. So not too much, you see. It's not a liter, half. And now I can put some coconut oil on top of it, because with the coconut oil, you put it in the refrigerator, it cools down and gets firm. And then the cake keeps together, I hope. Here, that is a water bath, hot water, it was in here. And on top you have the coconut oil, and in moments here, liquefies. And when it liquefies, you can put it into the cream, blend it up, and coat the strawberries with it. I'll show you in a moment. Now it goes inside. Yeah. It's half a cup or so, not too much. instead of using strawberries for the cream, you could also take a banana or leave it all away. It doesn't really matter. I wanted a strawberry cream. That what it looks like. You see it's creamy. It looks creamy. It's still runny. It will firm up in the refrigerator. I need that for the cake to keep together. But I tasted. Is it really creamy enough? Are the cashews really very fine? Or let's see. Yeah, but I put a little bit of water in, the smallest amount. It will be a little bit too firm for the strawberries, I guess. So just a small amount of water, not even half a cup. I'm gonna have it a little bit runnier, but the flavor is already nice. That should do it. I will taste it one more time. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, tastes better too. You can taste it, it's too dry. It soaks in, sucks everything in. Oh, that's good. So what I do now, I put the strawberries into a larger bowl. It's a little bit larger. And now I show you the cream to cover the strawberries. Here, see, it has to be a little bit runny. I'd really be able to so that I can really stir it and toss the strawberries with it. If it's too dry, it doesn't work. It's too difficult. So a little bit of water is okay. I get everything out of the container so that I don't lose anything. It's precious. The cashews and the strawberries and the coconut oil, it's all very, very precious. And the dates, I don't want to waste that. So I take it all out. And the thing is with the fruit cakes, I like to make these light cakes, especially in summer. The last time I made a cheesecake, white chocolate cheesecake. There was a more heavy cake. They're basically the same with chocolate, but when you the filling is mostly fruit, the cake is of course lighter immediately, and that is perfect in summertime, along with these wonderful strawberries. Now carefully toss the strawberries with the strawberry cream. Very careful. And it's important that I cut the strawberries into small pieces, because that way I can get the strawberries everywhere. But usually when I make these kind of fruit cakes, I know that my aunties, when I was little, they always made cakes. And the West were always the fruit cakes, of course. And I learned it from them. They really packed the cake always with fruit, thick fruit on top. And they said, that is the most important thing. And when they go to a shop somewhere, to a cafe, and get a cake there with fruit, usually there was some fruit on top and the rest was dough. But my aunties always said, no, you have to put always the fruit first. And you will wonder, you'll be surprised what happens when you do not measure the strawberries first. You say, okay, I have enough strawberries for the filling, and then you make the cake, as I do right now, with less strawberries. You think, oh, I have enough now. I have that too. It happened to me too all the time. And then, when the cake is ready, I cut a piece out of the cake. All of a sudden, the strawberries are away. There is here a strawberry, there a strawberry. Somehow they seem to shrink in the filling. It happened every single time. It will happen this time again. But I make sure, by the way that the way I did it here, I cut the strawberries ahead of time and filled it into the Springform, so that really the Springform is full of strawberries. And you will remember when I show you the cake tomorrow, I come back when it has been in the fridge for overnight. I cut a piece out of the cake, and then you will see there will be big, large spaces between the pieces of the strawberries, I guess. Now it seems there are only strawberries in that cake, nothing else, just a little bit of cream here and there. But tomorrow it will look the other way. Look, there's a little bit of strawberries and cream everywhere. I don't know. I mean, I will see. But that's what usually happens. So that's why I focus so much. I tell you again and again, if you want to really have a nice fruit cake with a lot of fruit in there, measure the fruit ahead of time and take a lot of fruit. You always believe it's too little, too much, and in the end you see it's too little. I wonder what it looks tomorrow. Will look like tomorrow. Now this is full of strawberries. I've put a foil on top, and then goes to the refrigerator overnight. The cream will firm up. I cut a piece out and I show you what it looks like. And then we will see how many strawberries we can see there. See you in a moment. For me, it will be another day. Ta-da! Now I waited 2 days. I originally wanted to wait 1 day or 1 night. But I remember from the last cake I made, that after 1 day, the filling was okay to cut, but it was still just a little bit soft. So waiting for 1 more day would make the filling, I thought, a lot firmer. So I thought, why don't wait an extra day? I did. Let's see what happens now. Because here in this case, the filling is should be full with strawberries. So it might be recommended to wait a little bit longer, because when it's full with the strawberries, there's a little cream only that holds everything together, and the less it holds together, the more it can fall apart. So that was my thinking behind it. Didn't want to take any risk. Such a precious cake. The ingredients are so precious. I want to make sure it get it right, and I can wait for 1 more day, no problem. This is the foil I was talking about. I can just pull it off, because you know when you have this foil, then you have no puddles. These puddles here, they are tiny now. They don't really count. But without the foil, there would be large puddles all over with water from the refrigerator, and I want to avoid that. It's more beautiful. This is a much more beautiful surface without the puddles. The color is easier, is nicer, and everything. It makes a big difference. So if you have a plate, doesn't cut it. Putting a plate on top of it, I tried that also. You still have the puddles, and that really looks not so nice. So I really recommend to put a foil on top, and I will keep that foil. I don't throw it away. I can recycle it, of course, but I keep it. And when I put the cake back into the refrigerator, I will put the foil on top, so I don't waste it so fast. So now I will see. The next thing is I have to open the cake, the Springform, and it will pick to the sides usually. It sticks to the sides. That's why I put a little bit of coconut oil on the Springform. And if I open the Springform here, this is a good one. I can open it like this. It's a very good opening mechanism. And I'll see, if I try a little, if the surface tears apart or if it looses from the filling easily. Let's see. That looks good so far. Well, there's no opening now. It's not cracking up, but I can take this knife and drive around the sides. It's very soft. That's good. I don't want to have a filling that is too hard, too firm. That's also not nice. So you have to find a balance. Too much coconut oil will make the filling very firm. That's heavy. Too little coconut oil will make it too soft. So you have to find a balance. So you can take the measurements I used in this cake. It's always the rule of thumb measurements, not too precise now. But you can use these I would suggest, if it works, let's see if it works. So far so good. I will now open the ring, take the ring away. That works. Put it on top of the foil, the other way around. And that's what it looks like. So I can see already what I thought. The strawberries are all over. I see the little dots here. But there's still a lot of cream between the strawberries. So that's good for the cake, that it keeps together. But I was surprised, I'm always surprised, I thought there were more strawberries. And every single time the same, the strawberry, the fruit inside seems to shrink and the filling seems to expand. That is still a miracle to me, I don't understand. But let's see, now I will cut a piece out of the cake. That's the most important thing, was cutting the cake. That's it. And the knife here, I have to put it, I will only cut one piece for myself now and to show you. I will put it into the middle and push it through to the ground. And now it's good to have a parchment paper on the ground, because when I cut with a knife over the Springform, like I do now, I could scratch the Springform. That is not so good. But the parchment paper keeps the Springform safe. But now it's important that the cake does not fall apart. So that's what I have to look for. It's very soft, everything. I'm surprised, I thought it was firmer. But that comes from the strawberries, I guess. The strawberries, they are juicy and they make the cream, the filling, softer. Of course, that's great because that will taste amazingly. Has an amazing flavor. But it can be a little bit soft. For the shape of the pieces of the cake. But now let's see. I will take one piece out, and then I will see what it looks like. Looks great. Oh, that looks wonderful. I'll show you here. What do you say? Isn't that a wonderful strawberry cake? Look at that. Yeah, I guess it's wonderful. I thought it was firmer, yeah, because I had a lot of coconut oil and a lot of but the strawberries, that's my explanation. The first idea I have is that the strawberries are juicy, a lot of strawberries, and the water from the strawberries, the juice, comes into the cream and makes it softer. And of course, it's wonderful to have a soft cream in a cake. It makes it lighter and it tastes more like strawberries. Well, I'll taste it later. Now, I'm very happy to have this cake here. Here, this is what it looks like. The whole cake, I'll show you also. If you want to see, here, that's what it looks like here. Very nice. You can cut this cake. And in the coming days, it will always get firmer, I think. It's still one day, already one day in. So it has been firming up for 2 days in the refrigerator. But I expect it to get a little bit firmer in the coming days. I will eat it very soon now. And if anybody comes along here, he will have to eat a piece of strawberry cake. Warning. Yeah, but these days not so many people show up here. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoyed the video and maybe the cake. You want to make it yourself. I would be happy to have your feedback. Thanks for watching again. When you like my videos, subscribe and be vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day, and find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest and Twitter. Yeah! My big moment has come. And then my strawberry cake is ready. The book is ready to read. The afternoon is perfect. I will start right away. How about you?